Just sit back, relax while we get to what we're scrutinizing.
Oh, look at Daddy.
He's not my dad, Mom.
Really, Ava?
He's not. My dad's in jail and I miss him.
Run away and never return. Kill him.
Oh, forget you and that bike, you old future scallywag.
That's why you never get knocked.
See, your boy Kevin tried to tell y'all. He tried his best to tell y'all what goes down in these homes when you keep trying to blend families. See, Kevin tried to paint the picture for y'all in all types of ways, and y'all tails was offended. Y'all tried to call him a sick individual and all this different stuff because he pointed out true scenarios. But you can talk about any of the type of allegations that you could think of that children could come up with, or putting yourself in situations where you have to explain why you whooped a child to their father and their mother. It's almost like everybody's always against you. You were an addition to the family, when in actuality, a man is also always supposed to make a woman an addition to him. And children, if that be the case, in addition to him. You don't never put yourself in a situation where people are making you an addition to the equation and you are expendable and they can just get rid of you in any second. And that's why it makes more sense God's way that you don't squander family, regardless of what goes down. So it always baffles me because I'm learning to understand the certain ways that these women talk today. It lets you know how much they remind you of the bogus car salesman, because they're always trying to get you to take bogus deals. But when it comes down to them trying to get you to take bogus deals, is because they know how they've squandered and messed up and gotten themselves a whole family way before they ever get to you. And a lot of them is not because they went through no type of abuse. It's not because this dude just did them so utterly flagrantly bogus. It's because they couldn't press through the growing pains of what they were going through behind closed doors with the man that they were with. So you have all these children. You have some women who have had all their children, 3, 4, 5 children with one man, but they're eager to jump to another rod. And a lot of times it's just because they've had their time. They when they were single, they were used to jumping around, and now time's up. I've been with you long enough. I can't just be with one rod, and they trying to bounce somewhere. Or there's something in them that's broken and not whole, and you'll see them tat their body up and do all this little silly stuff because they can't help but put themselves in the hands of a man to do something to them. When the scriptures tell you, don't mutilate your body, don't let everybody inside your body, don't do this, don't do that. And especially when you have let a man put his DNA in you. And people crack me up because there's been DNA tests that have proven that a man is not the father. And you'll hear people in the background saying stuff like, they look so much like you. That's because DNA has been mixed in her for so long. Whether it's been between Johnny, Mike, and Jerry, guess what? She could have been with Jerry for 5 years. But if she had some other people in her before or during the time or whatever, those DNAs are in there. And so, sure enough, he could look like you. DNAs are mixed up in there. So at the end of the day, all that don't matter. What matters is that when you allow a man to start a family in your womb, it's probably best that you don't try to bounce somewhere else and just frivolously blend another family, because ain't nobody gonna love your children like you do, or the man that they came for, or love them that way. They're not gonna be able to compete with the love of the parents. It's not gonna happen. So you always have that risk of shenanigans and foolery and the slip of the tongue of your own children that could cause chaos up in your own house, when you could have just worked things out with the man that you started your family with. And these are the reasons why Kevin would say what he would say, but people try to push back because don't mess my dream up, don't tear my dream down. Yeah, it's more like a delusion. Or is there certain things that can be worked out and talked out as long as individuals are accountable and they can be upfront about the issues and get them fixed? But it's all about self-awareness and accountability. Those things are not hard when you really want to change and you're an adult and mature. But there's none greater than this very situation right here. Because so many step-grandfathers, so many, not just stepfathers, but step-grandfathers and stepfathers have had to hear these words like this, where a child is quick to, it's just as easy as them telling you that you gained a couple of pounds or something don't look right with you. Oh, they gonna be real about this too. And this has turned many houses upside down. Many houses upside down. And y'all was talking about McDonald's and 3 and 4 baby fathers and all that different stuff. Y'all thought that was something. And she talking about her house in shambles because he brought one McDonald's and not the other. Listen, this right here, this has tore many houses up. But Kevin tried to tell y'all. He tried to tell y'all. And it's funny to me. It seems like ever since my man went on to glory, ever since he went on to be in the hands of the Most High Yahweh, it seems like more examples of what he talked about every day is coming out and forcing y'all to be real about the stuff he said. Because a lot of y'all was just haters and a lot of y'all was just mad because you knew what he was saying was true anyway. But none other than this right here, plain as day. And this probably gonna be a future scallywag at best. Probably the future scallies is on the way right here. You're probably looking at it. And she over there talking all that smack. And who knows how much McDonald's he done brought her. And she can't even appreciate it talking about her daddy. Nigga, your daddy's a criminal. Forget you and that bike. Kick it to the curb. I'm out, baby. You a fool. I'm weak. Scrutinize this.